So we just left Arkaroola village, which we stayed for the last couple of nights, and that's in, I have to read it, the Bendleby Ranges National Park. So neither of us had been there before, and we have been to the Flinders Ranges before though. We must admit we think the scenery was more beautiful, more stunning.
Opinion only.
Opinion only, yeah.
Don't want to start an argument.
But just more scenic. Arkaroola village itself, like we stayed in a room, and you know they offer tea and dining and all of that. And
It's all pretty basic stuff.
it's all pretty basic. Like don't expect a 5-star resort, but definitely comfortable, inviting. The staff were lovely. Still a bit of work to be done probably around it. Because a lot of the staff didn't quite know what they were doing, but that wasn't their fault because they were very much accommodating, weren't they?
Whether there's new staff have been taken on, including management as well, there was a little bit of disorganisation.
Yeah.
But look, they're all lovely people. But
Yeah. Very helpful.
clearly their first time for a lot of things. But
Yeah. But probably the one difference between those ranges and the typical Flinders Ranges is there's more driving or four-wheel driving opportunities in the Flinders, whereas we did the driving a little bit around the Gammon Ranges, and we did the self-drive ones, which we showed earlier, going to the springs. But there are some paid driving tracks that you can do as well. So if you don't have a four-wheel drive, you can still get around and see the scenes. You just have to pay for it. But I guess the Flinders, which we're heading towards now, Bendleby Ranges, there's more driving opportunities and places to see.
Bendleby Ranges are things.
Yeah, but I'm saying around that area, there's more driving to do, in our experience. But definitely, Arkaroola's a nice little place to stop, to be honest.
Great campsites.
Oh, the campsites are very
secluded
remote, yeah.
But facilities are just over there type thing.
Yeah, it's not like a caravan park where you're sitting on top of each other if you're camping. You're actually surrounded by trees and shrubs and have a lot of privacy, but still have the amenities not too far away. So definitely something to consider. It's probably a 6-hour drive from Adelaide, 6.5.
Well, it's 600 k's, but it's probably a bit longer than that because these are dirt roads.
Yeah.
A lot of washouts.
So now we're heading to Bendleby Ranges. So on the map it said it was about just over 300 kilometres, but it's saying about 4.5, maybe 5-hour drive. So we'll see how we go. It's 9:30. We want to stop at Craddock Hotel. We've driven past that hotel before, but never stopped and had anything to eat. So hopefully we get there and it's open
Around lunchtime.
around lunchtime, which will be good. Great Wall of China. All the rocks sitting on top there. Like I was saying, after 2 weeks of rocky roads, goat tracks, sandy tracks, sand rocks, corrugations.
Corros.
We have hit something very foreign to us. Bitumen. How does it feel?
Oh, feels like a holiday for my butt. And for anyone else that has a Colorado will know what I mean about the seats.
Yeah, Colorado seats aren't the best. So we're about 200 k's outside of Bendleby Ranges. We're just going...
Just joined on the road at Lindman.
Yep. Stunning scenery still. But the bitumen makes it awesome. I've actually made pretty good time. So this is Craddock Hotel. And we've just finished eating. How was the meal, John? Great.
Very nice.
And this is the outdoor here. Has a kids playground. Now the deal is here, if you buy a pub meal, you get to camp for free. So this would be the camp area where you can camp for free. We're not camping here tonight, we're heading to Bendleby Ranges. But that's a pretty good deal. And it was really nice food, all locally produced.
I can tell you that old mate from Bendleby Ranges.
And this is the outside of the hotel. So the front bar was just in there. And it's on the main road of Craddock, so easy to stop in. Lovely old, so there's an addition there. Lovely old hotel. If we come across here, I don't get hit by a car, there is a Cobra hat. I'll put some information about that. That's pretty cool. Bendleby Ranges. It's 40 kilometres off the main road of dirt track, but it's two-wheel drive, so easy. Yeah. So we've just turned into the main road into Bendleby Ranges. So we'll see what it's like. We're at Bendleby Ranges staying in a campsite. Fantastic Eeks camp, which is more the remote one, and actually it's in the Hungry Ranges part. So we've been given a map, very informative, lots of different tracks ranging from beginners to experienced. We have chosen a track which is, I rate it 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So we've just started it now, and lovely scenery. So far so good. It's a nice way to end our trip after lots of four-wheel driving and off-roading. So this is a nice little getaway to complete our trip. Whoa. Oh, these trucks are insane. I'm upside down. That was a gnarly one. And the hard thing is when you're walking down it. Park's so far away. Straighten up. Yep. Straight. Yep, keep going, you're right. We just finished most of the orange track. It's all different.
Which is the
suggested one on the map.
Because it's the biggest and it gets in a fair bit of.
And it ranks from like you got track skill of low, medium, all the way to high. And oh my god, the wind was insane up the top. The views were spectacular, like, and the drive was pretty good. There were some real gnarly bits, so I thought we're going to have to be rescued. Like, John, you did an amazing job.
As to be expected.
I was learning how to be a spotter.
Yeah, she did well.
But no,
some
good
of
fun. Oh
some
my
of them are
gosh.
totally blind crests where you couldn't see. It was all underneath the bonnet of the car, and you couldn't see what was next. So
yeah, it was. And the wind just made it so much worse.
I couldn't have the windows open because the dust.
Dust is insane. When we got to the top, I couldn't even open my door to get out and have a look because the wind was that strong. So, but scenery stunning. The track was really cool, really challenging in parts. Do we know where we're going? I know that we are
continuing that way.
Yep, just going.
Is that where we're going?
Where's Ridgetop? Why does that say Ridgetop?
I don't know.
See, the signage on the maps are a bit
awful. And the maps are a little bit.
The maps are helpful, but some
but
of them
not
are,
useful.
Yeah.
Ridgetop. Where's Ridgetop? I'm not sure if it's inside the fence or outside the fence.
Let's see what that sign
says.
says.
Well, that says private. That way, I reckon. Oh, is that one?
Or was it that one?
No entry. Lantern Gate. Oh, it's that one there.
Oh, yeah.
So if we keep going there to the kiosk.
Yeah. So they do have a kiosk, which is their reception. That's where we're heading back to now, and you do get phone reception there. And it's actually really handy there because they've got, you know, some bits and pieces.
It's only a small kiosk. It's
only
not
small,
like,
but you can have. They had stuff to light a fire with. They've got some drinks. They've got like alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks.
He makes his own. The owner makes his own port called Boom for $5 for a jam jar. It's actually not bad.
Yeah, they even sell like Flinders gin there. Gosh, that wind's got to me. And yeah, some helpful things that you would need, which has been really good and reasonably priced too, actually. And you know, the souvenirs and maps and all that type of thing, and the staff have been very friendly. Stubby holders. So we're going back there now just to get phone reception and get a couple of drinks. Then I think we're going to go back to our camp. It's going on 12 o'clock. We'll have lunch, and if the wind persists as strongly as it has, we're only a couple of hours from home to Adelaide, so we might.
It's the last day.
And it's the last day.
And the wind coupled with the dirt, which is like whirlybird making its own cyclonic stuff.
I don't think we've ever been as dusty and dirty.
I think in the 2 weeks we've been out travelling, this day I've had more dust forced in me than any time.
Any other time. But it doesn't take away like the fantastic. Like, we want to come back here. We'll definitely.
People are lovely. campsites are awesomely
We'll show you
remote.
the campsites in a moment.
Yeah. Wood, toilets,
Yeah.
fire rings, and like last night, as Sky said, we stayed in the Hungry
Hungry
Range,
Ranges.
where there's only about 4 sites out there.
Six sites. But you can't see each other.
Could not see or hear a
No.
thing.
No. You'd think you're in the middle of nowhere with no one around. But
Well,
you know.
well, we were technically.
And they're really safety conscious as well. Like they give you their UHF channel.
So you call in before tracks and out.
Speaking
calling
of which,
after.
I should tell
Well,
them.
go to
Yeah.
reception, so it's all
But
right.
you call them when you're about to head out at the Hungry Ranges, and then you let
What
them know
track you're going to go on,
Yeah.
and when you get back, just, you know, from a safety perspective, because it is some pretty inhospitable drives,
Yeah.
and you can certainly get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
Because there is some pretty steep, rocky tracks
It's
down
very
and
rocky.
drops off either side. So
Yeah.
it's
But then there's some really easy ones as well.
Oh,
So
of course.
if you're not a big four-wheel drive person, you can still do some easy tracks. And like we said, I think before, they're the Bendleby Ranges, which we haven't even been into yet.
yeah.
That's where there's a bigger park area to stay at, but it's still secluded. How many parks?
25.
25, yeah.
I think it's 25.
Sites, I should say. And there's walking tracks and a lot easier, like low to medium, I'm just reading on the map. So it's definitely
There are showers.
showers, yeah.
But
over
anyone
there.
can use the showers. It's
Yeah.
just a bit of a drive to get there.
So they definitely cater for any ability, any age group. So really great find. And I know they've won lots of 2021 and 2020. That's where we came in. Tourist awards. TripAdvisor. So they're definitely being recognised for their hard work and efforts, which is good, well deserved. So enough of us talking. We will go into the kiosk, get what we need, go back to the campsite, and have some lunch. Right, here's the safety board. So Baldwin, we left at 10 o'clock. Dropped the pen. 10 o'clock. We are back at 12 o'clock. Oh.
And then there's
See, what does that white button do? If I hold that down, I don't know what it does.
Google it.
Yeah, I can't in this climate, can I? All right. Just learning how to use my phone. So this is our camp. It's called Inks Camp, and it's actually in the Hungry Ranges part. So you get your own long drop. Your own, they supply you with wood, good red gum too, so good quality, and a fire pit. There's John chilling out. How much are you loving the wind? And you cannot see anyone inside, and no one drives past because it's your own entry in. There's our tents. So there are kangaroos around. Goats, yeah, we spotted some goats, about 20 of them this morning up around there. They are up there. One of them sounded like a cat. I thought there was a cat stuck. But anyway, they're goats. So it is a fantastic site, and these are the remote ones. The campsites cost $50 a night. To drive around Bendleby or Hungry Ranges, both of them, it's $75 per vehicle. The longer you stay, you get a bit of a discount as well with that. So we paid that. You've seen our footage of the driving, we gave a review. Fantastic. Pity for the wind, but you can't control the weather. But it's a fantastic place to
We've
stay.
got plenty of camping, like over there where Sky's pointing now. It's part of the campsite as well. So you've got
Yeah.
camping for caravans and camper trailers, as well as where we are here.
No, fantastic. It's just a nice touch to have your own firewood, your own toilet. And you know, there's toilet paper in there. You know, some places you go and there's no toilet paper. So it's just a nice touch.
Showers are down at reception if
Yeah.
you want them, which is probably a 10-minute drive, if that.
But nuts. Fantastic. Definitely be back when there's less wind. Alright, we thought we'd do a bit of a review on our Austrail Stockade stretcher tent. We bought them and this is the first time we've
Someone on
used
the
them.
site asked what we were using.
Sorry?
I know someone commented on one of the pictures
On Facebook.
On Facebook, what we were using were they little self-erecting tents, stretcher tents.
Stretcher tents, and I've had a few people actually at sites and that ask about it. So we bought these at Anaconda. I got mine on sale, so I bought mine a little bit later for a couple of $100. I think John, yours was about $400. So go.
It's effectively what you can buy as a stretcher in many brands. Australia just do stretchers and people put their swags on top, but just focus back out here.
Yeah.
But these actually have a little tent attached to them effectively. So this is the fly, pegged down as flies get pegged down, and as part of it is actually the inner one.
So the fly screen.
Which is a bed.
So the bed actually without a stretch, without a mattress is pretty
fine.
comfortable.
But we bought some of them Denali.
Again, that was on special at
Self-inflating.
Anaconda.
Five have had that. But saying that, because it's stringy based, you actually don't feel any ridges. There's no bars or anything. There's actually straps that support it, which is pretty cool.
What I love is when you lay in it, and I'll get in, is the fly. Ooh, the fly separates from the outer bit, so you don't get any condensation, you don't feel any wetness.
You don't even need to put the fly on
No.
if you're in the heat, and it's like a midgie screen.
And then up there's a hook, you can hook up a torch or a fan. We even used it. There's pockets. So it is...
Sit up, put your shoes on.
Yeah, I'm sitting at full height now, and it's, yeah, very comfortable. I'll jump out.
It comes with a net that clips under here, so you can put your stuff under there. So if you do get heavy rain, you actually have a dry patch around.
Yeah.
So the shoes are off, I zip it up, get changed inside, put your shoes so everything's dry underneath. Enter either side.
Either side, you pick a side.
Pockets in all corners. Put your keys in your wallet.
You can also tie more down, but we haven't even bothered to do that at all. Probably the downfall you can see on this side, like, you know, when it's really cold and windy, the wind will still come in underneath. I know I only noticed it on the first couple of nights when it was windy and cold, and I felt cold underneath the mattress.
It blows underneath, yeah.
Some people use the those heating mattresses, what are they called? Forgotten.
You can sort of, to a degree, alleviate that by, instead of putting the peg in the stringy bit, you put the peg in the hole, so it actually goes down a little bit.
Yeah.
A bit more ground cover.
But for
But inside, it's got poles that.
oh yeah, yeah, the poles, they just hold it up.
So they all fold down, and they just fold down into a bag.
So you get your own bag, which is pretty easy to fill it all in. So overall, we've been happy with the tents. They've done well. I was a little bit worried with the Simpson being cold, but with a good sleeping bag, we had a blanket each. We weren't cold at all.
And I like the feeling of space. Sometimes in a swag you get a bit claustrophobic. That you can sit up, you can have your drink, you can do all that sort of stuff inside. You've got plenty of room to get changed inside.
Yeah.
Setups, about 8 pegs on your fly, and then you just pull the poles down and it all folds up, which we can show you later.
So, yeah, not bad value.
Yeah.
Right, decision made. We're going home. The wind did not get any better. Yeah, I've put some shots in of how dusty it is.
It's just a dust sandstorm.
Yeah, and when we're so close to home, we've had 2 weeks on the road. we'll do it another time, Bendleby. So that's it. That's our trip. Until next time. How do we sign off?
Good work, Simo.
No, lots of fun. And well done, Cole.